Now then, here we are back in van, and today is a big day. It is big because it is the most anxiety inducing job that I have to do on this van, and I am scared, but it is definitely the most exciting job too. So that excitement is just mopping away all that fear, and I'm just going to crack on and get it done. The job in question is cutting a massive hole in this roof. And that is because I want to have a really good roof light that drops tons of light into this van. And I looked online at all the different roof lights that you can buy that are just sort of off the shelf, and they are all ugly. I was not happy with any of them, and because of that, it made my little brain start twitching just to design my own. So this is very unique and also definitely experimental. It's one thing cutting in windows and sort of fitting something that has been pre-fit into thousands of other vehicles and you know that it works, but as I say, being experimental because it's my own design, it's a little bit scary because we don't know whether it's going to work or not. But if people weren't experimental, we would still be monkeys. And I want to be able to fully black out all the windows in the van so nobody can see in, and still have this absolutely incredible light drop just pouring in that sunshine and keeping this van topped up to the brim with happiness. That is the plan. So let's show you what I have designed, and I'll show you exactly why I've designed it and where it's gonna fit. We have this, a double glazed unit, but my design has made this rather specialised, and that is because we have got a stepped double glazing unit here. And I've done that because I needed this 60mm channel on the outside to bond to the metalwork of the van, which then means the inner pane just hangs off the outer pane, and obviously having double glazing means it's a mass benefit to the insulative properties of the van. And also the edging here, I have had this done in silicone, and not many companies will do that. They usually use this normal sort of butyl type stuff, and it almost melts and changes shape with heat, and being on top of the van, that potentially could be an absolute nightmare. So I've had it done in silicone. As you can also see, I've got these lovely radius corners here, and I basically made a template perfectly to then have it cut to that exact specification, because it matches the contours of this cutout here all the way around, and that just allows me to then fit it to a flatter section of roof rather than having to mess about with the undulations of the ribs of a van, and that can be an absolute nightmare. But if I take you outside now and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, I'll just climb up this ladder. I'll flip you around. So as you can see, this is the line of the glasswork that's going to fit perfectly on that outer, all the way to that edge there. And that is the biggest I could do it to make it work and sit beautifully on that. Absolutely perfect. Anyway, let's crack on back down here. Carefully. I won't be able to do much work with a broken leg, would I? And also, got a couple of other unique things going on. This is a fan. I've got two fans in the rear doors, and for the same reason of ugliness, I cannot stand max air fans. You see them in literally every single van build, and they are the ugliest thing ever, internally and externally. So for me, I eradicated that by cutting a hole in the back door, fitting this frame which took me absolutely forever to make, just to design it and get it to work, and then obviously with the outer section there, I've bonded a couple of pieces of plastic together to make it watertight, and all I have to do is fit the fan that fits perfectly in that square, wire it up, and then we have got a lovely airflow sucking from the front of the van, drawing it right the way through and pushing it out of the back. Also, take a look at that. We have got a hammock, and this thing is absolutely rock solid. That is going to be nice, isn't it? Sitting out the back of my van, glass of wine in hand, cheese in the other hand, and just taking in that sea view. Perfect, eh? Anyway, I did this. This is clever as well, actually. Basically, at home, I found these. Let's just see if you can see this. These metal ropes, which are attached to a bolt, and these will take 1,200 kilos each. They're actually designed for picking up concrete blocks, and I just had them spare at home. So all I've done is I just take all this to bits. I have allowed these to screw in and out, because what I don't want is to exit the van and be nutting something, potentially scratching my head. And if it was a hook, it'd be 10 times worse, because you'd literally scalp yourself. So these are pretty much perfect, because I can obviously take them out, and then hopefully I'll find somewhere else to be able to utilize these in the van as well. But I'm actually coming up with an idea to have an internal ladder. I don't think I've seen that done before either, so that's going to be kind of cool, and that will hopefully just utilize that fixing point as well. Anyway, enough waffle. I've literally waffled and told you everything that I'm going to do. I just need to actually get on and do it. So let's get on the roof, work out what we're doing, and start cutting. Oh, scary! Right, I'm semi-prepared for this. I've put a sheet in just to catch any metal filings from the cutout of the roof, because I don't want any bits of metal that are going to end up sort of falling into the cavities of my van and rusting and just making a bit of a mess. I've also had a thought of how I'm going to frame this afterwards. So this is the size timber I'm going to use, and basically this beam that I'm going to cut out here, that is going to sit about there along the correct line. So I am going to have to cut this beam out around this to then probably wrap and attach to this wooden beam. So I might just leave a longer lug on it there, which I can then bend over or something. I don't know, I'll work it out when I get there. But first of all, before I start cutting into that beam, I'm actually going to start doing the cut above, so then I'm committed. It's a sunny day and I don't want to back out, so let's get it done. Scary times, eh? I've not done anything up here apart from mark out where I need to cut. So I've added some masking tape all the way around, and I have a pencil line which I need to follow. So first job is, let's put a hole in the van somewhere about there. Committed. Right, on with jigger now. Battery will help, won't it? Nearly through. I've just got the two sections at this side and this side where the beam is underneath, and rather than using the jigsaw, which as you can see has jumped and bounced into that, I'm going to cut a nice line with the grinder. So let's get her plugged in. I've got my glasses on. Cut these last bits. It's all getting a bit flappy up here. See if if I can do the splits. Right, let's do it. It's still bonded with a bit of glue on that middle beam, but hopefully it'll just pull off. That's one side done. I need to do this without scratching anything. Come on. Oh, she is out. Holy hell. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Try and get this off here. No-handed. This is one hand and you're in other. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, scary stuff, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh my god, look at that straight away. Let there be light. Wow, absolute wow. Oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, let's do the next bit. Next up then, we need to work out how we are going to support this. That's the flappy bit. Over this side we've got a beam under here, so that's pretty solid still. So it's just a case of adding some timber to support that. But I need to work out how I'm going to attach the timber that sits under here to this beam as well. And obviously then that comes out. Tell you what, it was lucky that I put this sheet underneath. This is absolutely covered in metal filings. My first official shower in the van, and it is a shower of light. It has completely transformed this space, and we have a literal wow pouring through it at the minute. And I'm so glad that I have not gone for a privacy glass. I have kept it clear, just so I feel like I'm sat under or in nature still, with all the greens, quite a bit of white cloud. Oh look, there was some blue. Look at that, that's what I'm going to be looking at. I mean, that's just a picture in itself. Beautiful. So I have sanded down all the edges so they're nice and smooth. I just need to add a bit of paint to those to stop them corroding in the future. And these beam ends I've manipulated in such a way that I will be able to attach some timber to it. In fact, let me just show you. So these are going to be my beams, which are going to sit sort of full length all the way around, framing out the actual window, but obviously that adds that support. But to secure these in place, I'm going to screw through the metalwork that I've bent back on the back here and underneath, and that will make it absolutely solid secure. Look at that. Look at that. Honestly, this is awesome. I am so excited about this. So yeah, next thing I just need to make sure that we get this window installed before those ominous clouds come in and drop some water on us. Oh, right. Somehow we need to get that into that hole. I'm just going to give her a wipe off, make sure she's super clean, and then that paint will stick to it perfectly well to prevent that rust, because rust is vehicle cancer. We need to make sure we don't have any of that. I'm just going to apply some primer to where the adhesive is going to sit, which potentially is quite a thick section, just because I need to make sure that is going to be permanently fixed here. I cannot make a mistake with it. So I'm going to start on the outer edge of this, where I think it might go. I've applied primer to the full width of this, just so we can get plenty of adhesive on to make sure that this thing sticks down, because if it fails, oh, well, that'll be ruined, won't it? So next job, I need to fully clean this to make sure that is ready to take some adhesive as well, and then carry that back up onto that roof. I have my adhesive preheating just to make it a little bit more fluid, and I have brought out the big guns today, but I've also got 2 spares just in case that thing fails. I've also got a couple of supports which potentially I may need just to add a little bit under this, because it does flex quite a bit. The weight of the glass is going to push it down, so I might need to just shove a piece of wood up to make sure it doesn't flex too far. Also, I'm going to have to dry fit this. Whoa. So I've just put down a couple of these little packers, which is just flexible packers, and I'm going to lay it in position and see what it looks like. Ooh. Yes. The question is, how do I get that into that hole? It weighs 23 kilos, so I do have to be careful. Either I pick it up above my head, stand on that platform, and then dance floor slut drop it down into position, and then allow it to just sit and settle, or I get above and then sort of lower it down like you would a paving slab, which is probably a little bit more accurate and safer to do, especially when it's got glue all the way around it. So I think I'm going to get on top and do it. I think that's the best way. So I need to lift that up there first job, which, as I say, is 23 kilos. It's not the easiest thing to maneuver, especially messing about up a ladder, but we'll have to do it. Let's do it. Steady away, gently she goes. This is not going to be easy. Oh, scary stuff. This is not going to be easy, although maybe that was the hardest thing, just lifting up that bloody ladder. Right, moment of truth. Does she fit in all? Do you know what? I think I've made a mistake. I can't put a foot over there, which means I can't balance myself that way, because that is not strong enough to support my weight. So I think I'm going to have to climb inside and try it that way. Ooh. See if I can get in. I'm coming in. Straight away, that feels better. Let's see if I can maneuver this. Oh dear. Whoa. Are you ready then? This is going to be difficult because my fingers are going to get in the way now, aren't they? So let's balance it on my head. There's people around the world that do this every day. See you later. Oh. Oh dear me, that was a bit scary actually. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Look at that. Just look how perfect that is. Oh my god. That is mint. Just beautiful. Perfectly cut all the way around. That is exactly what I wanted. Not messing about with all this other crap that you get that's out there. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, look at that. That could not be any better. Let's have a quick look inside and see what the crack is. Well, let's hope there's not a crack. There we are. Look at that. Oh my god, it is literally beautiful. I've had this vision to have this exactly like this all of this time, and now seeing it, that is just beautiful. Oh my god, I'm made up, absolutely made up. I'm just going to have a look up there and see what gap I need to fill with the adhesive. I'm hoping it's going to be just a few millimeters really. Yeah, looking at that you can see it just lifts towards this end, tight in the middle because it does have this slight curve. So I only need to bed it up on the ends about 6 millimeters I reckon. Let's have a scan round here. Yeah, it's actually it's tightened up down here because this is flexed in. But the problem with that is I don't want to get standing water there. So this is why I'm going to push it up from underneath just to make sure that we maintain the same sort of arch. Oh my god, that is awesome. Just awesome. Awkwardly, I'm going to have to lift this back out now. Let's see if I can balance it. Oh, yes. Right, time for some adhesive. Before the rain comes, let's get this done. Where do I start? I don't know where to start. Annoyingly, this thing isn't working because I can't retract this, and it's done this before to me, and occasionally it works and occasionally it doesn't, and if I can't retract it I can't add any more adhesive. So this is why I always have a spare. So we're going to do it manual. Apart from this one, doesn't look like it works very well. Oh yeah, here we go. So we'll carry on, eh? Hopefully it'll do just as good a job. Just a little bit slower, that's all. A nice clean bead all the way along, and because the roof curves, I've just doubled up all the way along here just to allow for that. So now let's see if I can lift her in. This is going to be awkward. Let's pop you there. Right, is there ready? I'm scared you're going to fall forward and nut the adhesive. This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard without it touching the adhesive. Whoa, how close. Oh shit, I've already touched the adhesive. Balls, balls. Come on out, let's do this. Concentrate, deep breath. Let's go down. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Whoa. So I'm going to get above and just press it down a little bit, make sure we are fully sealed. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the hard bit now, just manipulating all this into the right place and making it look really neat and tidy. This is where the proper patience kicks in, which I have plenty of. I'm just going to wipe off as much as I can to start with, and then I'll just start touching it up and making it look as pretty as I can. I put gloves on, but I just don't have the same feel with them on, so I've gone bareback. But I've ruined my fingers now, so this is going to be like this for like 2 weeks. Luckily, I've got no one to impress in life, so I'll just wipe off what I can, and then I'm gonna, if you can just see, I've got smeared bits. It's all nice and flat all the way around, but I've just got those extra little bits that need to come off, so I'm gonna now get some wipes and just slowly get it to perfection. It is not an easy job, but so worth it in the long run. It is now the next day, and finally she is in. By gum, she did make me work hard for her beauty. It was like wrestling a roaring pig, and the reason was the fact that the adhesive, I had got around about 1/4 of the way, and that was all going swimmingly well as I'm just whistling away, enjoying my evening. And from this point onwards, doing the rest, it was just pretty much set solid. So any overspill was an absolute nightmare to get off, and took a hell of a lot of elbow grease to remove it. But once I'd done it, oh, you should have just seen the smile on my face. It was honestly amazing. So I am just well happy with it. I mean, just look at that. On any day of the year, I can look up at grey skies. Although saying that, regardless of what the weather is, if it's a storm out there or sunshine, it's just amazing because I'm going to feel like I'm in it, and that is what it's all about, just to have that massive light drop in here. The size of it is 950mm lengthways by 600 width, so it is pretty much as big as you're going to get into this space. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Anyway, let's show you the outside. I'll just pick this ladder up. Let's get out here, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and it's a little bit of a windy day today, so I might have to be a bit careful on this ladder. That'd be right. I'll be in a lot dangerous situations. I'll climb up here, but look at that. What can I say? It just speaks for itself. Just beautiful. As low profile as you're gonna get. Yes. So there we are, that is my roof light, made by me, well, designed by me, and it is going to do exactly what I want it to do, and that is just bring the outside in. Anyway, let's take a seat on this hammock, eh? Open that door. I'm so glad that I fit this hammock as well, because this just, oh, it just opens up this whole back area to have a place to relax. So if you want to see some more very unique ideas thrust into this van, spilling out of my very out of the box thinking brain, then press that subscribe button. And I never ask people to do that, but it will just notify you when I have another video out, and it's free. And I guarantee there will be plenty more absolutely awesome adventures in the future, and obviously the van build is going to be mega. I am going to blow some minds, and if I don't, I'll be disappointed with myself. So give the video a big fat thumbs up, press that subscribe button, and we will see you on next one. Take care.